Short video, I'll just be going over and discussing my theories and thoughts on the Fatui Harbingers review video that was launched last night by Hoyoverse. It has garnered well over 5 or 6 million views by now. It has been the top trending topic basically on social media all day. And I've watched basically all three versions, English, Chinese, and Japanese. Last night myself, I watched a few times and I even froze it a few times just to go over. But I'm just gonna quickly go over it myself here, and the thumbnail that I'll be using was a screenshot, and also the names were later confirmed by the other fans out there. So thank you to all those people that confirmed it. I'm just rephrasing and reparaphrasing the information. This screen capture for the image was provided by one of my viewers and one of my moderators for this channel and on my Discord server as well. So thank you so much. So to Rishav for that. Okay, so then basically I'm just going to talk here. So as I'm just putting obviously Child on the screen because he is a Fatui Harbinger that we do have. We know that in this scene we are basically having the coffin frozen out with La Signora in there. Her real name is Rosalyne or Rosalyne, right? So then, you know, we all know that she died, okay, in Inazuma as we know. And in a way, I feel that that video is really great. You know, why did they put it out right now? And they called it interlude? Because we're about to enter Sumeru, and technically the Inazuma storyline has completed already. It already finished a while back, many chapters ago, right? They were just doing like extra add-ons like Enkanomiya as like DLC content, and like now the Chasm, which is back to Liura technically. But the Inazuma storyline ended, and you know, we killed La Signora, or Raiden Shogun killed her in the storyline. And what boggles the mind here is that there is no body, so I don't know why they put a coffin in the reveal video either. I get it for I guess for symbolism purposes, to like, you know, bury her and have a place for her, but she has no body because we all saw her melt and fade away into ash after, you know, Raiden Shogun killed her. So that being said, the red crimson butterfly or moth is really poignant because it shows how it was on the chess piece that fell over as the jester Pierro was playing the chessboard, and we also saw the two chess pieces, which are the two gnosis from Venti and from Zhongli on the board. So lots of speculations was back then that those pieces were all shaped like chess pieces, and they are. But there's only 7 archons in the game, right? Eventually, so I don't know how that's gonna work. And Saritsa is not gonna give up her own like gnosis, right? So I don't know. But she's collecting all the other gnosises, and we're still going after Scaramouche, who made off with Raiden Shogun's gnosis, right? Speaking of Scaramouche, obviously he wasn't there, but we all know that they're going after him, and he is one of the 11 Harbingers as well. We all know he's Electro, and we know he's a clone, technically, or a puppet made from Raiden Shogun, right? That they repurposed for the Harbingers, right? So sorry for those of you who didn't know that, but these are all the spoilers that we know already as of now, moving forward to the game. Okay, moving forward, having said that, Tartaglia, we all know, created the big, you know, situation, you know, with the sea serpent in Liyue, but he's like a double agent and spy. I don't know, like, you kind of love him, you kind of hate him, but he's on our side in this way too, and we do have him, as a playable character. So lots of people are speculating, will we be able to play all the other 8 Harbingers? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say no. I don't think that we're going to be able to play them all. I don't think that's the case. I also, or maybe we can play some version of them, but not the way that they are now, because they're so evil, right? I will say, I actually thought, and I said this many videos ago and over a few videos, I thought that La Signora was going to come back. In the video, you know how that at the end, the red moth goes onto that ice coffin and then it disappears. So that could be interpreted in different ways. It could be interpreted that it went inside of the coffin and disappeared, and maybe the soul of her is there, right? Or it could be that it died because of the cold, you know, Saritsa, you know, froze that coffin, so maybe it died after it touched the ice and it disappeared, or it served its purpose and it died and disappeared. I don't know. I want to be optimistic here and maybe go on a limb here and say that maybe it represents her soul. Somehow maybe they will be able to bring her back, but right now they can't, or they're not going to. They're focusing on what needs to be done at hand, which is go and capture Scaramouche and collect that Raiden Shogun gnosis back. Obviously, we know that then we're going towards Dendro and Sumeru next, so they're going to go towards Sumeru and we'll be meeting the Harbingers there. Possibly multiple Harbingers will be appearing in that time. Okay, let's just quickly go over. So the reason why I said earlier that I don't believe that we're going to be able to play all the characters is because there is one here, the one that was speaking in the beginning, that looks like the penguin from the Batman series. His name is Pulcinella. The rooster is what he's been called, the short man that has like a long nose and has like elf-like ears. I don't think that that's a character model that's currently existing in the game. Does not mean that the game later on will not create that character model, but right now we only get lolly characters like Klee, Sayu, and Chi-Chi, right? And Fiona, or Diona, sorry. So then, like, I don't feel like Pulcinella is, or he could be like a lolly-sized man character, sure, but I don't think that that's a character that people want to poll for. I'm gonna be very honest. And it sounded like he was just like a master of ceremonies, like an MC, like talking. Obviously, he's probably evil and probably has like powers and stuff too. But I feel like he's gonna be a character that we're just gonna kill as a boss. Or maybe we don't have to kill him. Maybe he just dies in the storyline later on, where we're gonna face him in some future country or nation or conflict, where he'll just die. Now, moving forward, there are three female characters. Let's just start with the one that was on the crying or lying over on the tomb in the beginning. Her name is Columbina, and they call her Damslet. And I feel like we don't know anything about these characters, so I'm just going on a whim here. I feel like she could be a playable character in the future, because she has I could see her getting revenge for her dead friend Rosalyne, because clearly she was the most sad about it, right? So there we go. Then we have Sandrone, or Marionette, which is the little girl that's sitting on a giant robot, right? Now, I don't know that we have a character model for that yet, where we have a little character and like a giant character behind them. Maybe. In the sister game of Genshin Impact, we have Honkai Impact, and we have Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail coming, and there is a little character that looks like Klee actually, with a red character, and she sits on a giant beast as well. So maybe, I don't know, but I don't know that, again, like for character model purposes, I don't know that we're gonna have that situation. So I don't know that Marionette, or Sandrone as her name is going to be a playable character because of that reason, but this is very early to say. Capitano, or the captain. Now, he doesn't reveal his face, but it's weird because he's called the captain, but he's not actually the leader of these harbingers, it doesn't seem like. It seems like the jester, Pierro, the one holding the chess pieces and playing chess in the beginning, was the actual leader of them all. Who knows, right? Capitano, we don't know much about him, but I can see him being somebody that we could have access to, maybe, but we'll have to see because we don't know what his face reveal is, and that could be a big storyline plot moving forward. Now, the last three, let's just quickly go over them quickly here. The last three are arlecchino, the knave, the white-haired lady with the cross eyes, like she has red crosses in her eyes, which is very interesting, right? I'm going to speculate and go on a whim here that she's a pyro, right? And although she is like that and she seems very evil and she has like obviously revenge on her because she talked a lot about Rosalyne as well, I can see her having a revenge plot in the storyline. I would like her to be playable, and I think many players out there would like her to be playable as well. That would be amazing if we can. Again, I really want them to come back and bring La Senora back, but I don't know. Then the last two, let's just get through this. Pantalone, the regrator. He is the one that looks like Baiju, and he is the one that talked about the bank, the Northland Bank, and talked about money and sweat and blood as currency. Now, he is someone that I would like to have playable. He looks very classy and elegant, and obviously very rich. He clearly is like the mastermind behind the Northland Bank, or controls it somehow. And he looks like Baiju, and that's my theory here. Maybe he's related to Baiju somehow. Maybe he's a relative. So Baiju, we don't know. Because just because Baiju is not evil does not mean that he can't have a relative who is, right? I mean, we've seen other relatives in the game before, like Xingqiu and Shenhe are related, right? Obviously we know Raiden Shogun had a twin sister before, etc., right? So I'm gonna go on a whim here. Regrator, Pantalone looks like Baiju, and maybe he's a relative. Maybe he's his older brother, or maybe he's a cousin, right? So there's that, right? Because there's already lots of people doing side-by-side pictures and screenshots already, so yeah. Last but not least, Dottore, the doctor. Now, he is someone that's from the comic, I believe, and obviously since the comic, his mask and his appearance has changed. His hair has grown longer. I never read the comic or the manga, but Dottore seems like he's someone that's very high in the storyline. He, if we recall, in the chasm and in the underground mines area. We met that Katarina Fatui lady, right? Who's the electro mage, assistant mage. And of course, I think that she's dead in the storyline, and her brother is also dead. But they were orphans or something like that, right? And then other Fatuis that we meet along the way in the storyline, a lot of them talk about like, that there's an orphanage that dottore, raised, etc. Dottore is a doctor, and he talks about like, experiments, and he's holding a vial of like, stuff there as well. I didn't read the manga, but I know that there's some experimental stuff that happened with Kole, who's going to be an upcoming character for 3.0. So I don't know, like, I don't know that dottore is going to be a playable character, but I feel like he could be a playable character, or he could be a villain that we're just going to kill off because he's just so diabolical, right? And so overall, my thoughts, I thought that was an amazing video, one of the best videos that ever came out, and super shocking and amazing, right? Everyone also said that they want the skins of these Snezhnaya like fur coats and capes. Would love to have these kind of outfits in the future. But we'll see. I don't know. There's so much more to come in the game, and this totally, I think they threw this out in order to revitalize some interest in the game, because a lot of players have stopped playing ever since the 2.6, 2.7 delay. I know a few of my personal friends in real life that have stopped playing the game already. I think that Sumeru could be a way to kickstart and get back people's attention, and bringing back the Fatui and Harbingers into the game a little bit could bring back more attention and hope for the game. We will see. I'm still going to be playing the game, so let's hear what your guys' thoughts are. What are your guys' thoughts? All these are complete theories. I know nothing about the game. They're just my complete speculation, my little just thoughts, literally. I know nothing. I don't know anybody, at the company. I know nothing about what the story is. I'm just making speculations here and my thoughts on the game. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious to know and learn more about your guys' theories as well. So let me know in the comments, and we'll see you there. All right.